Hey everyone, it's so great to connect with you today. I wanted to chat about a book that really blew my mind and frankly changed my perspective on pretty much everything. It's called Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David R. Hawkins. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably spent a good chunk of your life trying to fix things, wrestle with problems, and generally just do more to be happier or more successful. Well, this book flips the whole idea on its head and it's truly revolutionary. Dr. Hawkins, who was a brilliant psychiatrist, clinician, and spiritual teacher, doesn't give us more things to do. Instead, he offers us a profound yet incredibly simple mechanism to undo our suffering. He says that while we're all really seeking happiness, success, health, peace, love, it's all already innate within us. So, if it's already there, why do we so often feel, well, like hell? Why is life such a struggle? He explains that it's because we carry around this massive reservoir of accumulated negative feelings, attitudes, and beliefs. Think of it like a pressure cooker inside us, constantly building tension. And what do we usually do with these uncomfortable feelings? We suppress them, push them down, or try to escape from them through endless distractions. Binge watching TV, overeating, frantic socializing, even becoming a workaholic. Or we express them, meaning we vent our anger, complain, or blame others. But here's the kicker: none of these strategies actually resolve the feelings. In fact, expressing them often just gives them more energy and pushes the rest of the pressure back down to fester. It's like trying to reduce a fever without treating the infection. Right? All that suppressed energy manifests as stress, physical illness, emotional problems, and even issues in our relationships and careers. So what's the alternative? This is where the magic comes in: letting go. Imagine you're in the middle of a heated argument, your blood boiling, and then suddenly, the absurdity of it all hits you. You laugh and the tension just melts away. That feeling of sudden relief and lightness, that's letting go. Dr. Hawkins says it's an actual mechanism of the mind that we've all experienced, but usually unconsciously. This book teaches you how to do it consciously and continuously. It means being aware of a feeling, allowing it to come up, staying with it, and letting it run its course without wanting to make it different or do anything about it. The key is to drop judgment and just let the feeling be there, focusing on letting out the energy behind it. It's our resistance that keeps the feeling going. Once you give up resisting, it shifts and you feel lighter. What's amazing is that when you relinquish a feeling, you're freeing yourself from thousands of associated thoughts. Imagine that. All those swirling thoughts that constantly plague us are often just manifestations of underlying emotional pressure. The book introduces this brilliant concept of a scale of emotions or map of consciousness. It calibrates different emotional states on a logarithmic scale from 1 to 1000. Where states below 200 are destructive and above 200 are life-supportive. Chain 20 is at the bottom, near death, and enlightenment 700-1000 is at the top, representing pure consciousness and bliss. The critical point, the shift from negative to positive energy, is courage 200. When you're below courage, people avoid you because you drain their energy. Above it, you give energy and people are drawn to you. This concept is even backed by kinesiology, or muscle testing, which shows that negative stimuli instantly weaken muscles, while positive ones strengthen them. So literally, holding on to anger or fear makes you weaker. It's truly fascinating how our emotional state radiates out and influences our lives. Dr. Hawkins explains that like goes to like. If you're full of fear, you attract fearful situations. If you're loving, you attract love. This is why when you let go of guilt, you start seeing innocence, not evil, everywhere. It's a powerful reminder that the world we experience is often a projection of our own inner thoughts and feelings. Now, you might be thinking, but what about my goals? If I let go of desire, won't I stop achieving things? And that's a fair question. We've been programmed to believe success comes from hard work, struggle, and effort, right? No pain, no gain. But Dr. Hawkins challenges this. He says that strong desire or craving often blocks us from getting what we want because it's rooted in a fear of not getting it. When you surrender the emotion of desire and instead merely choose the goal, picture it lovingly, and allow it to happen, it can manifest effortlessly. He even shares a personal anecdote about manifesting a dream apartment in New York City with incredible ease simply by letting go of the desire for it. It's about shifting from having to doing to ultimately being. When you focus on the quality of your binds, becoming loving, courageous, accepting, everything else falls into place with less effort. Speaking of letting go, what about those tricky emotions like anger or pride? Anger, he says, often comes from a place of weakness, not strength. It's frequently connected to fear and vanity. The book suggests using the energy behind the anger positively, like transforming resentment towards a boss into inspiration to create an excellent project or find a better job. And pride, he explains that genuine self-esteem doesn't arise until pride is relinquished. Pride makes us defensive and vulnerable because it's always subtly trying to prove something. When you let go of the need to be right or superior, you become invulnerable to criticism because there's nothing to defend. A common concern might be, if I let go of guilt, won't I just become irresponsible or promiscuous? Dr. Hawkins has a clear answer for this. Guilt, he says, is a destructive emotion, a form of self-punishment. It's a substitute for a sense of reality in an undeveloped mind. And 99 of it has nothing to do with reality. True motivation, he argues, comes from love and compassion for others, not fear of punishment or a sense of should. When you let go of guilt, you realize your intrinsic innocence and your capacity for self-love, which then naturally extends to others. Promiscuity, for instance, is often rooted in low self-esteem and a desperate search for reassurance, not freedom from guilt. When those underlying fears and insecurities are released, more mature and loving relationships naturally emerge. This book also dives deep into self-healing. Dr. Hawkins himself shares his incredible journey of recovering from numerous chronic and debilitating illnesses simply by consistently applying the principles of letting go. He experienced things like migraine headaches disappearing, a severe intestinal condition healing, and even his eyesight improving to the point where he no longer needed trifocals. The core idea here is that the body obeys the mind. All those fears we hold about diseases, contaminants, or genetic predispositions, they program our bodies to manifest those very conditions. By letting go of these fear-based beliefs, you literally change your internal environment, allowing the body's natural healing power to take over. It's powerful stuff, truly. What this book helps us realize is that we have the ultimate power, the power of choice. We can choose to keep holding onto our smallness and negativity, or we can choose to release them and step into our inherent greatness. It's about becoming conscious of our own inner programming and choosing to uninstall the negative ones. He even addresses the question of how to do it constantly, but wanting to be free. By establishing a routine like starting and ending your day with surrender, by keeping a notebook of your successes, and by letting go of any resistance to the technique itself or the feeling that you should do it. What's the real payoff? Inner freedom. It's a state where you're independent of the outer world for satisfaction. Because the source of happiness has been found within you, happiness becomes a default state, not dependent on external circumstances. In this surrendered state, relationships become supportive, sympathetic, and encouraging, free from power struggles and the need to be right. Your inner self becomes bulletproof to external negativity. You move from being the victim of your feelings to becoming the witness of them, realizing that the real you is the changeless awareness observing it all. This book is incredibly pragmatic. It's not about complex theories or rigid dogma. It's about a simple, effective tool that empowers you to transform your life from the inside out. It's like making a 1-degree change in a ship's compass over 10. That small shift leads you to a completely different destination. You'll find yourself living with more joy, love, and peace, seeing the perfection in everything around you. It's about rediscovering your birthright, a state of unalloyed happiness and profound inner freedom. So, if you're tired of the struggle, if you're looking for a simpler, more effective way to navigate life's challenges, and if you're curious about unlocking your own innate capacities for happiness and peace, I highly recommend picking up Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender. It's a journey that doesn't cost anything, doesn't require special attire or travel, just a willingness to let go, and that, my friends, is truly priceless. Give it a read and let me know what you think. I have a feeling it might just surprise you.